From the Allen Event Center, the Dallas Sidekicks host the Tacoma Stars. I'm Pete Stein along with Matt Thornton. Glad you could be with us for what we hope is an entertaining MASL match. The Stars were in Mesquite last night, came away with a really exciting 8-5 victory as they played some spectacular indoor soccer and snapped a 4-game losing streak. The Sidekicks were in Mesquite on Friday night. Their performance not quite as spectacular. They lost to the Outlaws 7-1, but what we've seen from the Sidekicks this year is they usually follow up a poor performance with a good performance.
Yeah, that's true. They really have. They've been a little bit inconsistent this season, but, an air in the stadium tonight, we talked a little bit about, I don't know if you heard, Freddie Mugin lost his father, John, the age of 66, passed away suddenly this last week. And certainly a shock for him, for this team. And, I don't know. It's a little bit of a different feeling tonight, Pete, because I think maybe this team is a little bit on a mission to, hey, let's respond. Let's get a win for Freddie.
There was a moment of silence in remembrance of Freddie Mugin's father before the playing of the national anthem here at the Allen Event Center today. We had a chance to see the Stars play in Mesquite last night, and you had to come away impressed with the play of Nick Pereira. And the Sidekicks have been in this position before when they played Kansas City earlier this year and faced the Comets playing the second game of a back-to-back, trying to contain Leo Gibson. And they did a good job on that day and scored their only victory of the year.
Yeah, that's right. It's hard. It's hard in this league to play back-to-back games. It's such a physical game, Pete. So a less than 24-hour turnaround for this team. And, when the Tacoma Stars were walking into the event center here, I was watching. They were limping. They were trying to wake their bodies up a little bit. They're going full squad today, but this is certainly a great opportunity for the Sidekicks with a quote tired Tacoma Stars team coming in.
I know you had a chance to visit with Alex Megson before the game of the Tacoma Stars, and he's saying, "Look, this is what the schedule is. We've got to get a win here."
Yeah, my goodness. Alex Megson, that goal last night made number 2 on ESPN Sports Center's top 10 plays. And, it was a bicycle kick goal from heaven. Alex Caceres with the assist on that. And, he was absolutely gorgeous. Alex told me he thought for a second about pulling it down. He said, nah, I'm just going to rip this thing. And the elegant assassin did just that. He assassinated the Outlaws with that kick. It was pretty special.
Donnie Nelson Jr. out at the center circle delivering the game's first kick today. As we're just moments away from getting started now, it's great to see Donnie Nelson here. He's been a supporter of indoor soccer in the Metroplex for a long time.
Yeah, great man, great family, always fun to be around. He's one of those guys, when you see him, you just want to have a beer with him. And by the way, he'll probably have a beer with you, and he'll pay for it.
I was going to say, he might even pick up the tab.
He is. He's just a great guy, a great man, and just so involved with the Texas Legends, semi-professional basketball team over in Frisco, and, of course, has some involvement with the Mavericks and a bit of involvement here with the Sidekicks, too.
Yeah, he's also had an interest in bringing futsal to the Metroplex in the past, so he certainly has a connection to soccer. And like the late David Stern, had the foresight to see basketball as an international game and somewhat base it on the game of soccer.
Yeah, great point. He was heavily involved in the recruiting of the great Dirk Nowitzki back in the day, and saw the international flavor that it had. And certainly, you look at the rosters in the MASL and you see the international players coming from all over the world. It's such a fun thing to have these great players coming in to North Texas.
So as we take a look at these two rosters today, who are a couple of players we should be keeping an eye on?
Yeah, for the Dallas Sidekicks, my man to watch is Dallas Sidekicks forward Freddie Mugin. He has 5 goals and assists in his last 5 games. He's fantastic at the point and is more of a finesse-type player with his touch. But, again, with forward Cameron Brown out today, Dallas is really going to need Mugin to continue his scoring and step up his game today. For the Tacoma Stars, you could have probably guessed this. Forward Alex Megson had a highlight reel bicycle kick goal against the Mesquite Outlaws last night, of course, that made the Sports Center's top 10 plays. It was a beautiful pass from Caceres. The elegant assassin, as they call him, buried it to get the 2 goals. This is his first 2 goals of the season, so maybe this is the impetus to kickstart his production for the season, Pete.
Chase Hansen will get this game underway and deliver the opening kickoff. Tacoma wearing the white kit, and the Sidekicks wearing a black kit at home, and they look very sharp out here. It's a nice contrast of colors here at the Allen Event Center. What are a couple keys to the game, Matt?
Yeah, my first key is the Sidekicks have to get they have to shut down all-world everything forward Nick Pereira.
And he gets off a shot right off the bat.
I was just going to say, right on cue. He's coming off 2 goals, 2 assists game against the Mesquite Outlaws yesterday. Pereira is the catalyst for the Stars offense. If you stop him from turning and shooting, he'll simply dish the ball off to the open man. Dallas has got to deny Pereira the ball, and if they do so, they might actually have a chance to win here today. My second key, just win, baby. Just win. Tacoma should be tired, and Dallas desperately needs some victory momentum.
One of the things that Simone Bozes told you before the start of today's game is in order to keep Tacoma from playing their game, you got to play keep away. You got to have possession.
Yeah, great point, Pete. They really do. They need to play their style. They need to keep that possession and just deny Pereira the ball. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Don't let the guy get the ball.
D'Souza is fouled. That was a nice counterattack after that initial Pereira shot, as the Sidekicks had a nice build-up, and they have maintained some possession here in the opening minute as they try to establish their game. Hansen gets the block shot here. That coming off the right foot of Kleber Bismarck, who we saw here a couple of games back. He's been inactive for a couple of games, but back on the floor here today.
Yeah, he had a little bit of an injury. He's back, and he's going to log big minutes. And Simone Bozes talked to me about the fact of his 26 rostered players, 12 are rookies. Think about that for a second. 12 players on his roster are rookies, and they're logging big time, just like Kleber Bismarck is.
Bismarck played in the Monterey game here that went overtime that the Flash won, and Bismarck found out just how physical indoor soccer can be.
Yeah, boy, he did. I mean, they quote, welcome to the league there, rookie. They were beating him up pretty good.
This is Piedra at the point for the Sidekicks. As they've held the ball here for almost 2 minutes now.
Piedra having a nice season. 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points, tied for third on the team.
Oh, there's a nice long ball that's right on target, and a shot, and our goal! And the Sidekicks have taken the lead.
Beautiful job by Artur Evo, burying it in the back of the net. We weren't even sure if he was going to go tonight. My goodness, announcing his presence with authority. How about that, Artur Evo? Just nice little feathery collection there, brought it down to himself. And then, boom, back of the net on the second bounce. And, man, what a great job by Artur Evo. Here's the replay. Juan Gamboa, the long ball there. And Artur does a beautiful job pulling it to himself. And, man, he beats Danny Walton right under his right arm. Goal scorer's goal right there. Glad to have Artur Evo back.
How about that distribution from Juan Gamboa?
Yeah.
Finding Evo wide open. And Evo buries it, and the Sidekicks get exactly what they need, and that's the lead as Evo scores his 4th goal in his 6th game this season.
Yeah, man, like I said in pregame, they weren't even sure if he was going to go tonight, Pete.
They need him, and they missed him in Mesquite. And Cameron Brown is out again today, and it may be a while before we see Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron's not. He's told me pregame his knee is kind of locking up on him as he feels heavy. It's not able to bend. So certainly hope he improves here, but he may be out for a little while, Pete.
Johnson sends it down to Alessandro Canale. Canale lays it off, played into the area. Mexon can't get to it. It's finally corralled by Lipe of the Sidekicks, but turned over at halfway, and then Ricardinho gets it right back for the Sidekicks. Dallas with an early 1-0 lead. Less than 12 minutes to play as Lipe moves into the corner. He puts one in front, and just like that, it's 2-0.
Great job by Felipe. Lipe to Felipe. Lipe makes the run down the left side and sends it into the middle for Felipe D'Souza. That's his 2nd goal of the season on 13 shots. Congratulations there. Really nice job. And Lipe really made that play happen there because he drove the ball down the left side, drew the defense to himself. Here we'll see the replay. This is the replay of the previous Artur Evo goal, but that's a good goal too. Not the one we're looking for, guys. But anyhow, he simply nice run down the left side for Lipe. And, man, jumping out on top of the Tacoma Stars, something the Mesquite Outlaws struggled to do, Pete.
Yeah, it was Tacoma scoring the first 3 goals in that game at Mesquite, but now they find themselves trailing 2-0. Just the start that the Sidekicks ordered to get out to an early lead, but still a lot of work to do. 11 and a half minutes to play here in the opening period. Winning the ball for Dallas is Segura, but desperately trying to get out of his own end in a battle with Correa along the end boards. And Bismarck comes away with it. Trying to get it out to Teo, and a foul called. And a free kick coming up for Dallas.
That was Papusa there with his, I think that was Alex Caceres with the foul. And you saw the defense for the Sidekicks there. It was Bismarck on the back of Piedra, and then Jonathan Segura, boom, moved around, pulled it from him on the other side. That's what you have to do to this guy, Nick Pereira, because if he doesn't turn and score on you, he'll simply give it to the wide open man that's standing around somewhere, and that guy will bury it. Mesquite Outlaws really struggled with that last night.
Dallas with 2 goals on 2 shots.
And Simone Bozes has got to be thrilled with this start. My goodness. I did not see the Sidekicks jumping up 2-0 early in this game.
Gamboa trying to deliver another long ball here, but it ends up at the feet of Mexon in the center circle. Just under 10 and a half minutes remaining in the opening period. Changes being made by the Stars as they bring Mike Palmerin in as a target man. Palmerin saw limited action in Mesquite, and I suspect we'll see a few guys who maybe didn't play quite as much in Mesquite get more time out here in a Sunday afternoon matinee at the Allen Event Center. This is played back to the keeper by Vince McCluskey, and he logged a lot of minutes last night. Canale backing in to Piedra. Has the ball in the corner, now draws a double team, and Piedra trying to pry it loose. Official says play on as Mexon ends up on the carpet. It's sent over to Quintana. Quintana sends it up the boards. D'Souza is there to receive it at the Tacoma line.
Again, nice job for the Sidekicks defense. They're double teaming, and when they're double teaming, they're winning the ball. You can't double team and then lose the ball because that's the wide open guy.
Lipe moving in off the end boards, and then that one kicks over the corner glass.
He's so quick. He's the Puma. He's the Brazilian Puma. He's just so fast. And his shot, it almost doesn't even look like a shot sometimes. He just doesn't, his leg, he doesn't pull it back that far.
Ricardinho with a quick restart. Lipe not able to get it at the top of the arc, and here comes the counterattack for the Stars. Ramos stops at halfway. Dallas making changes. So is Tacoma. We've played 6 minutes of the first quarter, and Dallas has an early 2-0 lead. Working in the corner, out to Hansen. No foul called here on Segura as he wins a sliding tackle, taking it away from Ramos. Stepping in front of Pereira, the ball is sent downfield by Segura, and changes made on the fly.
Good tackle again by Segura. He's having a nice night. Simone Bozes told me in the pregame that they were going to have he was going to have Aguayo and Christian Quintana really mark Pereira close, Pete. So it should be fun to watch those two. And those are you talk about some big men out there.
Right now it's Aguayo who's getting the challenge, and he steps in front of Pereira to win this one.
Great job denying the ball there.
Can't make the connection with D'Souza along the boards. Waltman comes out of the area and has it for the Stars. Switches it to the right side. Jones lays it off for Hansen. Diagonal ball to Pereira, marked by Aguayo. Pereira stands on it, waits for support, turns. Jones not able to trap it cleanly, being pursued by Quintana. He gets it to Mexon. To Pereira. Pereira plays it to the corner, breaks for the area, but Aguayo intercepts the pass. And here comes D'Souza. All the way to the Tacoma line and gets pushed down by McCluskey, and it's a free kick for the Sidekicks with 7:40 to play in the first.
Yeah, good foul there by McCluskey because I think he was beat. If D'Souza got around him, he was off to the races. But great job there by the Dallas Sidekicks, again being Very effective watching the man. You can't leave a man open. That's what we kept seeing last night, Pete, was they were leaving those men wide open, and the Tacoma Stars were burying those balls.
That ball goes off the end glass and into the hands of Waltman, who thought about long distribution, but will just hold it for the moment. Right now, Dallas out shooting Tacoma 2-1, and the Sidekicks have scored on each of their first 2 strikes. Mexa delivers this ball into the corner for Pereira. Pereira trying to lay it off, but Ricardinho takes it away for the Sidekicks. Played back to Arthur Evo to Gamboa.
Segura doing very well. Being very disciplined. Not biting on Pereira's fakes.
Evo got tangled up, loses possession. McCluskey will play it back. Evo marks Ramos, who receives the long ball. A thigh trap now faces the goal, and Segura pokes it away, able to get it out to Lipe, and Lipe's on the run, being pursued by Correa. Takes a shot and misses just wide, slicing it through the area.
So fast. That's where he's most dangerous, is wide open.
D'Souza takes a shot. That's high and wide to the left. D'Souza rips one with the left foot. Aguayo has it at midfield. Over to Quintana.
Lipe loves it when he gets the ball in space like that. He just can run for days and loves to front up on the defender.
Teo comes in for Lipe. Miguel Teo's one of those 12 rookies you were talking about.
Papusa is his nickname.
And it's Teos on the ball here. Wearing the red shoes. He'll be easy to spot.
Yeah. He's also not that big in stature. He's Papusa's Argentinian or Salvadoran fruit. I can't recall, but it's a small fruit, and that's it's what there's a
that's a clear push.
Yeah. Their feet,
everybody could have called that one on Hansen.
Their feet just got tangled up there. And D'Souza might have got the wind knocked out of him, because I think Hansen landed directly on top of him, but he looked like he's all right. But certainly not fun when a human lands directly on top of you.
So D'Souza comes to the bench. Arthur Evo returns. Bismarck switches it to the left side.
And you wonder if Arthur Evo's going to be on limited minutes tonight. I know he was a game-time decision.
Ricardinho backheels a ball into space. Teo's trying to get to it, but instead it's Jones that's there for the Tacoma Stars. Cox scored a goal last night, has it here, plays it back. Jones looking for a target. He'll just get it to the keeper. Danny Waltman. Here's a long ball to the corner, looking for Mexon. Mexon fields it off the corner boards. Marked by Teos. Comes to Cox atop the center circle. Played up the middle to Canale. Lays it off on the left wing into space. Here's a shot and a save for Gamboa. A header that's high. Hansen had a second bite of the cherry but couldn't get it on frame.
Great job by Juan Gamboa there. Man, that was a nice stop, because that clearly a goal if he's not there. Good job, Juan Gamboa. Having a great season.
Canale gets called for the foul along the wall near the Dallas bench, and Ricardinho restarts play. Just over 4 minutes to play in the first. Dallas with 2 early goals. Jones wins the ball, no foul. The official says play on.
And D'Souza's down, and he's staying down. He's not getting up.
And now play is stopped with 3:58 to play in the first quarter, and D'Souza will get attention from the training staff. The Sidekicks getting out to the early 2-0 lead. Remember, MASL Primetime is the new home for the best highlights, interviews, and action from the MASL each week. You can catch the latest episode each Friday as Alex Bashavansky hosts a 30-minute deep dive into the MASL. Make sure to catch every episode.
Mesquite Outlaws would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. MITRE is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. The MASL and MITRE share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. MITRE's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for MASL League play. MITRE's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. Thank you, MITRE.
Arthur Evo opened the scoring with an even strength tally. Right now the official score sheet is showing Segura with the second goal. That goal came at 3:09. Both goals coming even strength, so the game was
Was it Segura? Was it Segura?
I'm just telling you what the official score sheet says.
Fair enough. Sorry, Pete. I thought
we thought it was D'Souza originally.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Right now the official score has it as a Segura goal. That doesn't mean it won't change.
Right. Fair enough. We'll keep an eye on it for you.
Both teams have 2 shots on goal. But the Sidekicks getting exactly what they wanted, an early lead over the Tacoma Stars, who played last night in Mesquite and broke a 4-game losing streak. This is their 6th straight road game.
Yeah.
This is a road-weary team in Tacoma.
I did not realize it was 6 straight for them. My goodness, what a haul that is. And Felipe D'Souza is finally on the bench, literally limped off the entire field and is sitting down and is getting looked at by the trainer still. So he may be in bad shape right now, Pete.
He's had a tough first quarter, been nursing a couple of injuries in the first quarter. The Stars have already committed 5 fouls. The Sidekicks have not been called for a foul yet. We've got 3:45 to play in the first. And look out, Evo on a breakaway following a steal. Evo moves in. He's got it on his right foot, and he puts it in an open goal. It's his second of the game, and the Sidekicks lead 3-0.
Wow, Arthur Evo, my goodness, what a play. Stole that pass across all the way down the end of the field, and a beautiful fake on the veteran Danny Waltman, back of the net. My goodness, Arthur Evo, have a game, brother. And we're just in the first quarter.
And you were saying he was injured.
Yeah. Hey, they weren't. Simone Boses told me he wasn't even sure he was going to go today. I don't see.
Whatever he's got, I want it.
Exactly. And here's the replay. You can see, picks the pocket there. Great job. And Waltman front out. Good job, but boom, right around him. Nice job, Arthur Evo. Former SMU Mustang. Pony up, baby.
Ramos was just a step late getting there to try to defend the goal line after Waltman got pulled out, and Evo buries it into an open net. His second goal of the game, and how about this? The Sidekicks are up 3-0 on the Tacoma Stars. Pereira has it kick over his head off the corner boards. It goes to Ramos. He lobs it toward the goal, off the crossbar, off the chest of Ricardinho, sent to the sideboards. Ramos fires Gamboa with a kick save.
Great job by Juan Gamboa. Man, scary moment for the Sidekicks. But, man, you just see ice in his vein. He's cool, calm, collected, never allows himself to get flustered.
Ramos wearing the captain's armband, plays it to Hansen, and then we'll go to the bench as the Stars make a substitution. Megson comes into the game. Up the middle, intended for Pereira, taken away by Ricardinho. Yep. Ricardinho's switch gets deflected, and it's taken away by the Stars. Correa begins the counterattack. Pereira chases it to the wall, taken away and sent to Arthur Evo.
Great tackle, Christian Quintana sliding out on Pereira because he was going to try to get around him and was going to have a scoring opportunity. Beautiful job leaving him open and sliding up. Gutsy, that's what Christian Quintana can do. Such a big man, great defender.
Bismarck back to Gamboa. Winding our way down to the final 2 minutes of the first quarter, and the Sidekicks up 3-0.
Freddie Mugin's first action of the game. Number 88.
Gamboa up the middle. Mugin not able to trap it as he was defended by Hansen.
Mugin very emotional in the pregame, Pete. I mean, he's an icy guy as well. Not a real emotional, high emotion type guy, but you could tell really broken up. Tough loss for him. But he's gutting it out today. He's a warrior today.
Yeah, his father passed away unexpectedly just a couple of days ago. The Stars make their way into the corner with Cox. Mexon not able to control it. Now McCluskey comes up. He gets it back to Jones. Jones finds Canale.
Great
The
deflection
pass
by
from Cox
Teo.
is taken away. Bismarck has it. Mexon on him. Bismarck goes down, and Mexon called for the foul.
No, I think they're going to get Bismarck.
Did they get Bismarck?
Yeah, I think they got Bismarck on that one. Not sure why. He's the man that went down. Maybe when he went down, he touched the ball.
We're into the final minute. Pereira in the corner. Oh, Pereira just threw a stiff arm into the face of the defender and did not get away with it.
Yeah, Ray Aguayo, man, he took a shot right to the head there. And, you know, it's one of those things where you say, that's absolutely contact above the neck. I thought that was an automatic blue card. We don't see the card, though. Pereira getting the veterans sympathy
Lipe to
there.
Quintana, who breaks up the left wing side. Quintana off the end glass into the area, but it bounces through, and the Stars control it along the wall. This is McCluskey. Ricardinho picks up McCluskey after D'Souza lost his balance and now goes to the bench, but it's good to see him back out there.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Quintana marking Pereira. Pereira juggles the ball, trying to get it settled. Shows his skill on the ball, but Aguayo's right there. Side booted into the area, headed down by Quintana to the feet of Mugin as time runs out in the first quarter. The Sidekicks go to the second period, leading the Tacoma Stars 3-0, and it's a great opening quarter for the Dallas Sidekicks.
Great. I mean, this is spectacular. They could not have asked for a better opening quarter. I did not foresee this game being a 3-0 game in the Sidekicks' favor coming out. They've done a really nice job on defense, doing exactly what they need to do, preventing the guy, Nick Pereira, from getting the ball, staying with their man, being very, very staying with the off men. That's the key with Pereira. Don't leave the off men on the wings wide open because they're going to get the ball from Pereira and bury it. Been a very nice job for the South Sidekicks on defense and offense.
Talk about efficiency. They've got 3 goals on 3 shots. Tacoma also had 3 shots in the first period, but so far they're being shut out. The Stars committed 6 fouls in the first quarter. The Sidekicks just 1 first quarter foul. We haven't had any cards to this point. And when you talk about special teams, this Tacoma side pretty good. They've converted 5 of their 9 power plays this season, and then they've also killed 5 of 9 penalties when they're playing shorthanded. Meanwhile, Dallas has struggled a little bit. They're just 1 of 9 on the power play, and they've only successfully killed 10 of 18 penalties. And they've really got to find a way, and they have here in the first quarter, to stay out of the penalty box. They're averaging 9 penalty minutes a game.
Yeah, man, 9 penalty minutes is not going to get it done. In Tacoma, 3.8 penalty minutes. And what I'm surprised about, we saw the Tacoma Stars last night. They're at a -10 goal differential, whereas the Sidekicks are at a -36. The Stars last night did not look like a team that was a -10
Nope.
differential at all. And, boy, a little bit of a reversal of fortune here with the Sidekicks pouring it on.
Yeah, it was Tacoma who was up 3-0 last night in Mesquite. Now they're trailing 3-0, and this is a team, the Stars, they scored the 8 goals last night in the victory, but they've only been averaging a little over 5 goals per game.
Yeah, I mean, and it's very surprising because they've always been very, very good on offense with Nick. Anytime you got Nick Pereira at your helm, you know you're going to score a lot of goals, and he's certainly doing that this season. But the rest of his team, his teammates, haven't done a lot of that. But, hey, Nick Pereira having a nice season.
You can see Pereira here in his dual role. He's also
Yeah.
the head coach. He's got the dry erase board out, and he's drawing up the strategy here for the second quarter as he's doing all the talking in this team huddle.
Yeah, co-head coach. I don't know how he does it. These guys, Leo Gibson again, a player coach, tattoo for years. I mean, when I get, I run around up the stairs and I can barely talk, let alone run around in a game, go on the sideline, coach your guys up. But he's done a nice job. He's done a very good job.
And he's on the floor a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess that's the benefit of being the coach. You're going to get a lot of opportunity on the floor, right?
Well, I would say the coach is making a good decision putting Pereira out there.
Yeah, Pereira comes in with 11 goals, which is fourth in the MASL,
Yeah,
tied for fifth. Excuse me.
And I think he got cheated out of a goal last night because they gave Ramos credit for a goal. I think Pereira scored. I think he's really got 12.
Oh, interesting. All right, so a little.
But we'll let the league sort all that out. But yeah, you're right. Officially, he's got 11. But last night, the official score sheet had Ramos scoring a goal where Ramos clearly had the assist and Pereira had the goal.
Yeah.
And they had it reversed. I'm not criticizing. I'm
just
telling you what the situation was.
Absolutely.
Correa has Gamboa in a jam, but Gamboa makes the save, scrambles to get back on his feet, and the Sidekicks are able to get it clear. Lipe heading it toward halfway, where D'Souza got tangled up with Hansen, and now Mexon takes over control for Tacoma.
Boy, very fortunate. Adrian Correa coming wide open in the middle, and Juan Gamboa just right there bailing his team out like he always does with that beautiful save.
Hansen stands on the ball as changes are being made. Ramos is over the wall and onto the carpet. And he receives this pass at halfway between the benches. Oh, nice through ball to Pereira. Little one-touch pass out to the wing and right back to Pereira. He can't trap it, and the Sidekicks are able to get it out of their own end. And again, D'Souza goes to the ground.
Yeah, no call there. I thought that was, to me, that's an obstruction call.
And now McCluskey is shaken up for Tacoma.
Yeah.
And Freddie Mugin brings it to the attention of the officials, and play is halted with 13:38 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, I'm surprised D'Souza didn't get the call there because, to me, he had the ball, and the ball was not down, and McCluskey cut in front of him and knocked him down. I thought that should have been a call, but no foul. No foul. And they immediately went out to McCluskey here. He's definitely in pain, so hopefully he's all right. We should mention, Pete, longtime Dallas Sidekicks player and now assistant coach Fabinho Leite and his wife are expecting their first baby. He said they find out in a couple weeks what the gender of the baby is, but they have been trying for 10 years to get pregnant. So congratulations, assistant coach for the Dallas Sidekicks, Fabinho. Man, he was so thrilled, and it was kind of a tough day today with Freddie Mugin, the loss of his father. But Fabinho, he's on the other end of that with the birth. So with death, there's birth and life and all that stuff. And congratulations to Fabinho and his beautiful wife.
McCluskey went to the bench with a pretty severe limp. So we'll see whether or not he's able to come back in. He's flexing his left leg on the bench right now.
Oh, nice pass from Freddie Mugin there. Fortunately, Teo not there for it, but good idea.
Sent it across the face of goal, but there was nobody on the other end of it for the Sidekicks. Hansen has control of it for Tacoma. We see Caceres out there. He did not see a lot of playing time in the first quarter.
No.
He played a lot in Mesquite on Saturday night.
He was incredible.
And his pass set up that gorgeous goal that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
From Mexon.
He's got 5 goals, 6 assists with 11 points. He's second on the team in assists and third in points. He's just a really impressive player. Probably one of their best defenders, in my opinion, Pete.
I got to think Simone Bozes is going to be really happy with the way things have developed here in the first half. The Sidekicks are enjoying a lot of the possession here. We've played nearly 3 minutes of the second quarter. And Dallas has a 3-0 lead. Caceres sends this one to Canali in the corner. Marked by Segura. To Caceres. Caceres at the point for Tacoma. Finds Mexon along the wall in front of the Stars bench. And then a substitution is made as Jones comes into the game. Ramos is also in now for Tacoma. Jones looks for a target, plays it to the feet of Ramos. Ramos draws a double team, splits 2 defenders with a pass, trying to work a little give and go. Canali comes to the right wing boards. His pass is deflected. He gets it back and sends it to Jones.
And Tacoma's off-ball movement is so impressive. Their passing is crisp and precise.
Segura gets to the corner to win the ball away from Canale, and now Dallas trying to get out of their own end, but Ramos controls. At the Dallas line, moves in on the right side, and his shot is deflected and out of play.
Good job by Gustavo Piedra there, shutting down that shot coming from Ramos.
Simone Moses told his midfielders, if you think you've done running in other indoor games, you're going to find out what running is today.
Right, because you cannot lose track of your man. If you lose track of your man, he's probably wide open, going to bury the ball on you.
Pereira didn't catch all of that one, but is able to set up a shot for Caceres, who misses wide left, trying to keep it low. Pereira lets that one go through to Caceres in the corner, and Caceres plays it right back to Ramos. So now Tacoma getting a lot of possession as McCluskey plays it to the right wing side. We go under the 11-minute mark here in the second quarter. Dallas up 3-0. The Stars looking for their first goal of the game.
Yeah, Tacoma doing a nice job here. Almost feels like a power play right now.
Shot blocked. Chase back into neutral territory, then sent to Pereira at the top of the arc. For Ramos, Gamboa makes himself big, and Ramos never able to get off a shot, but still has possession. McCluskey back to Ramos in the corner, to the top of the arc. Pereira loses it, turns it over. Artur Evo has it, begins the counterattack, sends the outlet pass up the left wing side for Lipe, and the ball gets away from Lipe. McCluskey's able to get it to the keeper, Waltman.
Great job from Caceres. He had to run a long way to get that ball back from Lipe.
Caceres sends one deep in, and Gamboa dives to his right and deflects it to the corner after it skipped past Canale. Mexon not able to get around the Dallas defense, and it's a free kick for Dallas and a quick restart by Ricardinho. Mexon commits his first foul of the game. Ray Aguayo there with a good defense for Dallas. Teos is back onto the pitch for the Sidekicks. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the half as Teos plays a wall pass. Aguayo sweeps it back to Gamboa, and the officials have stopped play.
It's off ball. I think Ricardinho hand fighting there with number 89 Alessandro Canales. Got Ricardinho. They're bringing it way back. Ricardinho did not like that call at all. The Capitan.
Johnson trying to get it to the corner. That's D'Souza going to the ground. Or pardon me, that was Bismarck. Another good sliding tackle here, and Ricardinho begins the counterattack. This is D'Souza who has it now.
And Bismarck is down again, and man, he's really struggled with injuries here to start the season.
Mexon to the corner boards, takes a spill. Play continues. Bismarck sends it out of play.
And I think they're calling a foul here on.
They got Canale for the foul.
Yeah, 89.
And the Sidekicks will get a free kick out of their own end. Ricardinho trying to steal about 8 yards.
Gain some yardage in the restart there. Yeah, and Bismarck, you watch him, keep an eye on him because, as you said, he's been out a game and has really struggled with injuries.
Yeah, he made his debut against Monterey, and then he didn't play in the second half of that game.
Right.
He's out there today, and you can see that he's an energetic player.
Yeah. Very strong on the ball. One of these Brazilians that they found down in Brazil.
McCluskey is back in for Tacoma.
Freddie Mugen fell, still got the pass off over to Christian Quintana. Pretty impressive little play there. He and McCluskey just duking it out. They're off the camera right now, but watch those two.
Mugen trying to get the attention of the official. And Mugen now has it. Draws a crowd, turns it over. Johnson has it. Plays the wall pass. Ramos will let that one go through to DeLuna. Stars make changes. Mexon is back onto the pitch. McCluskey reaches halfway. Gives it off to Jones.
And Tacoma did a nice job last night of swarming defense, all coming back in their zone. And they're doing it that well tonight as well.
Pereira in the corner nearly gets taken down. Hansen with a one-timer. Bounces into the corner through the area. And Dallas is able to get it cleared. Dallas moves into Tacoma territory. It's Evo in the corner, double team. Play back to Segura. Evo fires one off the inboards. Teos receives it off the wall. Gets it back to R.J. Lovano. Lovano did not play in the game against Monterey, as the Sidekicks forced the undefeated Flash into overtime.
De La Gala is on for the first time.
So we're seeing some fresh faces here about midway through the second quarter. Raul De La Gala, another one of the rookies that Simone Boses has been forced to play and play a lot of minutes. Piedra. Back to Gamboa. Slipping down but getting right back up is De La Gala. Quintana has it, switches it to Segura. Gamboa, who's got 5 saves today, sends it out to Quintana. Posting up is D'Souza, marked by Hansen. D'Souza gets tangled up and goes down. Play continues as Quintana receives it, leaves it for Segura, and Bismarck is off the bench and onto the floor. Lipe comes into the game now for Dallas and receives a pass at halfway. Tried to backheel it to D'Souza, but it's taken away by Tacoma with less than 6 minutes remaining in the first half.
I spoke to Almendarez for the Sidekicks pregame. One of the rookie forwards, his left arm was heavily bandaged, so didn't go tonight. But he was saying to me, the futsal, the Brazilian guys that have the futsal experience, it's not as physical as this game in the MASL.
Shot blocked, but there was some power behind that effort from Lipe. Here comes Ramos. He splits 2 defenders. Gamboa not able to make the stop, steering around the keeper and scoring the goal is Ramos. And it's a 2-goal deficit now for Tacoma. They trail 3-1.
Great job from Mike Ramos there. And what happened was Bismarck, he hesitated for just a second, wasn't sure if Ramos was going to pass it off to the wide open man to his right, but he guessed wrong, and Ramos split the defense going through, and a shot made an easy goal there for him with drawing goalkeeper Juan Gamboa down into the ground to try to stop it. So definitely a good job by the Tacoma Stars getting on the board here, getting the goose egg off of it, Pete.
Tacoma with the first 3 shots of the period, now trailing 3-1. And they have changed the scoring, by the way, on the Sidekicks' second goal. D'Souza has been given credit for the goal. So Evo, D'Souza, the goal scorers for Dallas. Evo with 2 goals, and now Ramos on the score sheet for the Tacoma Stars.
Yeah, good job, guys. It's a fast game, folks. Yeah, I struggle sometimes seeing who scored when I can rewind it and play it again, let alone in real time. But our Rich O'Shea and our scorers, they do a phenomenal job over there. Robert and those guys do a beautiful job.
Ramos scoring unassisted. Tacoma now out shooting Dallas 6-3 for the half.
And one of the things that we're starting to see now, Pete, is the breakdown of the Sidekicks defense. You saw there, they did the thing. They got the ball in the middle, 2 wide open guys on either wing. And I'm going to tell you right now, fellas, if you lose track of your player, your Tacoma Stars player, they're going to bury it. I promise you. Pete and I got a dose of that. We felt like a broken record there last night. Pereira in the middle, off to the wing, back of the net.
Tacoma has committed 8 fouls through the first half. The Sidekicks with 2 fouls. The Sidekicks have enjoyed a little bit more of the possession here, so They're playing their style of game.
Yeah, they do. They like the possession style. That's what Simone Bozes wants. He did admit to me. I kind of questioned him before the Outlaws game. He said he didn't check any of the video. He said he checked it. Everybody watched the video from last night, so they're studied up.
Yeah, he said the guys watched the game in small groups.
Yeah, looks like that was maybe Segura that just limped off for the Sidekicks, being looked at by the Sidekicks trainers.
Ramos off the restart, fires!
Oh, what a score from Mike Ramos.
That's his second goal of the game.
Man.
And just like that, it's a one-goal difference now. The Sidekicks lead 3-2.
Man, he just painted that upper right-hand corner of the goal behind Juan Gamboa. Juan Gamboa got a piece of it, but it just slid off to his left and upper corner here. Let's watch this again. And we're not able, it looks like we're not able to get the replay. Hopefully we can get the replay in a little bit. But Ramos was my guy to watch last night. And now he's coming through tonight.
He didn't play bad last night either.
Yeah, he played great last night. Absolutely. He can dish the ball. He's a lot like Pereira. He can give you an assist. He can score.
D'Souza was looking for a foul here, none forthcoming. Ramos now officially leads the Stars in goals. He has 12. Pereira at this point only credited with 11.
Yeah, Juan Gamboa not happy with that. He wishing maybe he should have tried to catch it instead of bat it away, but it's hard being a goalkeeper in the MASL because you're going to constantly be tested. But again, another opportunity here for the Dallas Sidekicks, this young Sidekicks team, to stay composed. You're still up 3-2. Don't put your heads down.
Yeah, you know, they have struggled falling behind, but can they play with the lead is a question. And there's a long-distance shot that just goes over the crossbar. Caceres was looking for the equalizer. And a foul along the boards near the Tacoma bench.
Yeah, and
Ricardinho gets called for the foul, and we got a yellow card coming out. And Ricardinho is the next guy to limp toward the bench.
Yeah, and I think the yellow card, I'm not sure who.
I think it's Lipe.
Is it Lipe? What? Lipe? Well, trying to figure out why Lipe. Lipe does not, just for the record, does not speak English. I've interviewed him. He's native Portuguese.
Doesn't mean the officials
I don't know
can't understand.
I don't know what. he's learning. Maybe he's learning some French now. You know.
A lot of the officials are bilingual. They at least know some of the words and the words that they're not supposed to hear. Ramos gets called for a foul. Aguayo restarts play for Dallas as we go under the 4-minute mark. Dallas with a 3-2 lead. They scored the first 3 goals of the game, and this ball sent out of play unintentionally.
Still kind of chuckling about the Lipe descent yellow card. He learned that English fast, didn't he?
McCluskey gets it over to Jones. Nexon delivers the long ball to the corner, off the corner glass. Then the volley misses wide right. It's Canali who took that volley and is chasing down the loose ball at halfway and now commits the foul.
Yeah, Canali, man, beautiful job to even get that shot off because he had Kleber Bismarck all over his back to be able to control the ball, turn and shoot. Really impressive individual effort.
Freddie Mugin comes out, and he hit the floor hard, holding his knee.
Yeah, he's another guy. He missed a game because of a groin injury. A lot of limping off the field today, Pete.
Quintana inside the Tacoma line. McCluskey sends it straight up in the air, and Mexon is able to head it to DeLuna. Quintana wins it back, and the Sidekicks have possession in neutral territory.
Great job by Josh Hernandez there, sticking his foot in, giving that ball away.
Less than 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Gamboa trying to find a target. Has a man in the corner, Evo. Marked by McCluskey.
I was going to say, it's got to be a hold, fellas. I mean, I could see the hold. Wrap the left arm around, grab the jersey, holding him. It's an easy call for the referee.
Restart from the corner for Ricardinho. Mujin in the area trying to make himself available, but first Ricardinho signals a timeout. 2:40 to play in the second quarter. The Sidekicks looking to add to a 3-2 lead over the Tacoma Stars with this restart. Outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. You're watching the Dallas Sidekicks on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. I'm Pete Stein along with Matt Thornton. The Sidekicks jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Tacoma has come back with 2 goals here in the second period. 2:40 left in the half, and the Sidekicks will have a restart when play resumes.
Yeah, you know, the Sidekicks did a nice job of defense there in the first quarter. They're kind of falling off a little bit here in the second, I think. You're seeing more opportunities. The Tacoma Stars playing their game where they like to get that front ball right in the front and then hit the open man. And with this Tacoma Stars, they're so disciplined, both on defense and offense. Incredibly disciplined team, a lot of veterans there. But the Sidekicks cannot let down, they can't let off, and they certainly can't lose track of the man that they're marking. If you lose track of that guy, I'll stop saying it after this, but he's going to bury the ball on you. Tacoma's very, very good team. Certainly better than their 3-5 record, in my opinion, Pete.
Tacoma has all 4 shots in the second period. Dallas hoping to change that off this restart. And that ball is off the left foot of Arturivo and high into the seats behind the goal.
Yeah, tough there. Missed opportunity from the Sidekicks. I think they really miss the set-piece genius, Jamie Lovegrove, in situations like that. Went over to the Mesquite Outlaws. He was so good at those set pieces, and they really just haven't been as good on set pieces this season as they were last.
Less than 2.5 minutes remaining now here in the first half. Waltman to McCluskey. Saris making a run up the right flank. Waltman pushes it over his own line. Now launches the long ball in the direction of Pereira. Off the corner glass, chested down and settled by Pereira. Plays it into the area, taken away by the Sidekicks. Quintana chested forward, loses it. McCluskey has it at midfield. Plays it to the left wing. Loose ball in the area. Teo's trying to play to the sideboards. Ramos is there, got off a shot. It's cleared, but it goes only as far as Johnson, and the Stars still have possession in the attacking third.
Nice flurry of activity for the Tacoma Stars here. They've really dominated possession, I think, in the latter part of the second quarter.
Pereira trying to work his magic, sends it over to Caceres. Hansen has it. Quickly delivers the pass. Caceres receives it from Ramos, who goes to the bench. Mexon is back on the floor for the Stars. 80 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Pereira plays it into the area.
Oh, man.
Cleared, but then off the chest of Caceres.
It could have been called a handball.
Caceres making a run into the area. Here comes Correa with a shot. Gamboa closes up the opening on the post. Hansen has it for Tacoma as we go under 1 minute to play in the second quarter. Tacoma threatening to tie this game before intermission. Pereira moves right. At the line, leaves it for Caceres. Breaks toward the goal. Caceres maintains possession. And along the right wing boards, he finds Pereira. Pereira off the inboards across the face of goal over to Correa with 29 seconds to play. Hansen traps it in neutral territory. Plays it right to Caceres, fronted by Ricardinho. Caceres has it on his left foot. Holds the ball, then side boots it to Hansen. 13 seconds remaining when Pereira receives it. Pereira from the corner, chips it into the area. Gamboa with a save, dives to make another save.
Beautiful back-to-back
Caceres
saves.
chips it. A shot just before the horn sounds goes wide right off the right foot of Pereira. And we've come to the half. The Sidekicks, who scored 3 goals in the first quarter, go to the locker room, leading Tacoma 3-2.
Boy, Nick Pereira just holding his head at the end there. Had a great opportunity just wide off the right. But right before that, Juan Gamboa, beautiful job, back-to-back saves, one with Alex Megson right in front of him, and then another where he was on the ground and immediately jumped back up and blocked it to the right side. Nice job, Juan Gamboa keeping his team ahead 3-2.
Artur Evo has scored twice for Dallas, and Michael Ramos has scored twice for Tacoma. Felipe De Souza with a goal, assisted by Lipe at 3:09 of the first after Evo opened the scoring at 1:58 of the first period. The Sidekicks would increase their lead to 3-0 with another even-strength goal at 11:22 of the first as Evo scored unassisted on a breakaway. And then Ramos got Tacoma on the board with a goal even strength at 9:43 of the second. And then it was just 15 seconds later that Ramos scored again to make it 3-2. And that's where we stand at the half. The only card shown was to Lipe, a yellow card for dissent. So he gets a 5-minute penalty, but there have been no power play opportunities through the first 30 minutes of action here at the Allen Event Center.
Yeah, and I mean, they've been really good, disciplined on both sides. And in spite of the 11 fouls for the Stars and the Sidekicks got 4, you could argue there could have been a card with the Nick Pereira when he kind of gave the shot to the head to, I believe it was Artur Evo. Was it Evo or was it?
I think it was Evo.
Yeah, with Artur Evo guarding him. To me, that's a blue card immediately. It wasn't, and it wasn't egregious. It wasn't like he was trying to punch the guy. But you know, we've seen that called in the past, a blue card. But a loss didn't happen, and Sidekicks are up 3-2.
Stars out shooting the Sidekicks 9-3.
Yeah,
Sidekicks have the only block shot so far, and most of the fouls have been called against Tacoma. They've been whistled 11 times, and Dallas just 4 times.
Yeah, and what'll be interesting to see in the second half with Tacoma coming off less than 24 hours on a back-to-back, how are they going to feel? Are their legs going to be good? Are they, they got to be. I know they've got to be tired at this point. In all fairness, too, though, the Sidekicks played just the day prior to that. So, the Sidekicks, you're seeing a lot of the Sidekicks limping off to the bench as well, getting dinged up and banged up. They're dealing with their own injuries.
Meanwhile, around the MASL, Milwaukee rolled to its 5th straight win last night, defeating Kansas City 8-3. The Wave led 3-2 entering the fourth quarter, but scored 5 goals in the final period, including 2 against the 6th attacker. Leo Gibson scored twice for the Comets. He now has 12 goals this season. By the way, Enrique Cañez of Sonora and Frank Tayo of Ontario are leading the league with 15 goals each. So Kansas City loses their 2nd straight game. They fall to 3-5 with a 1-3 record against Eastern Division opponents. And the Comets, through those 8 games, have a -1 goal differential. Dylan Hundelt scored 45 seconds into the game and finished with 3 goals as Harrisburg defeated Rochester, improving to 5-2 with 3 road victories this season. Rochester has lost its first 8 games. They have a -60 goal differential following the loss last night. Big win for the Harrisburg Heat last night. Meanwhile, there's other action around the MSL today. Monterey looking to remain undefeated as they host the St. Louis Ambush later this afternoon. The Ambush coming off a 12-7 loss at Sonora. Sonora's won 2 of their last 3. Enrique Cañez had 5 goals Friday night. St. Louis is 3-4 now, looking for its first road victory. They're 0-2 away from home. Monterey with a +29 goal differential, sitting atop the Western Division standings. Ontario visits San Diego. The Sockers won the first meeting this year 4-2 as Boris Pardo made 26 saves. At the half of that game, San Diego led 4-0. Ontario scoring twice in the second half. After losing their opener to Turlock, the Sockers have now reeled off 6 straight victories. Ontario's coming off a 8-7 loss to Sonora. as Sonora scored the game winner in the final minute when Manuel Aragon scored with 35 seconds remaining. So another thrilling MASL game, and we've seen a lot of that here over the last couple of weeks. The MASL has announced that St. Louis forward Tony Walls is the Sport Turf Player of the Week for Week 6. This is the first Player of the Week honor for Walls and the Ambush this season. Walls is in his first year with the Ambush, with previous stops in Milwaukee, Cedar Rapids, and Ontario. He started the week with a 2-goal, 1-assist effort against the Stars, and then followed that up with his second hat trick of the season. Also had an assist in that game against the Comets' cross-state rival St. Louis. In the season star point standings, Ian Bennett has now taken the lead with 120 points after earning second star honors following an 8-3 victory at Kansas City. He scored 3 goals in the victory for the Wave. Alex Bradley was the number 1 star. He also had 3 goals last night. Slavisa Ubaparapovic of San Diego and Walls of St. Louis, both with 100 points. Nick Pereira leads Tacoma with 60 star points. Cameron Brown leads the Sidekicks with 40 star points. Again, it's Ian Bennett atop the star point standings with 120, as we're just about a third of the way through the season. Pete Stein, along with Matt Thornton here at the Allen Event Center. The Sidekicks coming in today with a 1-7 record, hosting Tacoma. The Stars 3-5, and the Sidekicks got off to a quick start today, scoring the first 3 goals, but they go to the locker room with the game still very much in the balance. Tacoma rallies with 2 second-period goals, and it looks like we're in for another tough, tight, exciting finish in the MASL.
Yeah, man, and that finish last night was incredible. If you watched it, the Mesquite Outlaws were down and really came back with a flurry of goals there in the fourth quarter. So I wonder out loud, is Tacoma going to be able to maintain this level of play? They're now playing from behind. I know they desperately wanted to go into the half tied. They're not. But the other question is, can the Dallas Sidekicks also maintain their discipline, keep track of the off player when the man with the ball has the ball? And, they've done a nice job on defense. They really have, the Sidekicks have.
Yeah, last night in Mesquite, Tacoma was able to take a 7-3 lead on the Jameel Cox goal at 5:55 of the third, and then pretty much played back in the fourth quarter. And eventually the Outlaws broke through. They got a goal from Bradley Valadez, assisted by Rio Ramirez at 12:03. And then less than 30 seconds later, Anthony Powell scored for Mesquite, and it was suddenly 7-5. They brought Ellis in as the 6th attacker, but Alex Casera scored against the 6th attacker to give the Stars an insurmountable 8-5 lead. Mexon was the first star last night with 2 goals, including the brilliant bicycle kick, which ended up on SportsCenter last night.
That's right.
And Anthony Powell had a great game for the Outlaws with 2 goals and an assist, and he's quickly becoming a force in the MASL. And Danny Waltman last night finished with, I think it was 9 saves he finished with to earn the 3rd star last night. But Tacoma quickly turning around and playing here in Allen. It's the second time that's happened for the Sidekicks. If you're more of an Outlaw supporter, don't worry, it's going to be fair, because there's a couple of opportunities coming up for the Outlaws where they'll get the team on the second leg of the road trip.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, actually. Tattoo right after the game, he clearly frustrated with the loss by his team, but he mentioned that to me. He goes, "Hey, what the heck, man? We not the guys making the games up here need to give us some help in the back-to-backs." And I said, "Don't worry, Coach. You got some coming your way later on down the road." But he was definitely not a happy camper, was Tattoo last night.
Yeah, he kept his team in the locker room for some spell after the game, after that 8-5 loss. But the Outlaws very much in the playoff picture. The Sidekicks are going to have to get on track if they're going to get themselves in that playoff picture. Tacoma's trying to keep themselves in that picture. And I think Alex Mexon kind of insinuated to you just how important this game is to them. having won last night, coming off a 4-game losing streak, they need to start collecting some victories.
Yeah, at 3-5, they certainly need to start checking off some victories. And I'll tell you, if you're sleeping on this Tacoma Stars team, don't do it. It's same thing, similar with the Kansas City Comets. They came in with a not a very good record when they came in here to do the Texas two-step with the Mesquite Outlaws and the Dallas Sidekicks. Walked away with 1 win, 1 loss, and I'll tell you, Tacoma Stars, very similar situation. The Western Division, to me, Pete, is incredibly strong. I mean, these teams, top to bottom, there's not really a win with any of these teams because any of the game, even the Tacoma Sidekicks, they're playing some great soccer at times. Monterey, the Sidekicks gave Monterey a scare just earlier last week. So
yeah, Monterey sitting atop the West right now, undefeated. They'll be in action later today. San Diego, they lost that first game. I think people got kind of excited. Hey, maybe San Diego's vulnerable this year. Maybe not. They've reeled off 6 straight victories. And then you're right. There's kind of a group in the middle there. Right now, that group includes Turlock, Mesquite, and Ontario. Sonora's kind of hanging out in that area along with Tacoma. All of those teams, Ontario's 2-3, but the rest of them have 3 wins. Dallas is kind of lagging behind at 1-7, but you're right. Dallas has proven, look, if you can go toe-to-toe with Monterey, and I realize Monterey didn't have all their weapons in that game, but I think the Sidekicks have proven that they're tough to beat here. They need to take this game on the road with them. And they've got to start getting some wins. They've got to get some confidence in what they're doing. They've got to get rewarded for their effort so that they can kind of continue to believe in their system. Yeah,
the winning momentum is so important. And I talked to Almendarez, the forward for the Dallas Sidekicks pregame. One of the things he talked to me about, he said, Matt, with futsal a lot of the players are futsal players that are the rookies. We talked about the 12 rookies. They're futsal players. And it is a similar style in that it's enclosure, it's fast-paced, etc. But in futsal, you're not getting body on body. You're not getting drugged to the ground. You're not getting
banged
hammered.
into a wall.
Yeah, banged into a wall. Thank you. Exactly. And so that's the other thing that the Sidekicks rookies are trying to adjust to is, for Almendarez, for example, as a point man, he goes, Matt, I'm not playing futsal with a guy hanging on my back. Right. Literally, there is a defender hanging on your back, a big, strong, heavy defender, and he goes, we just don't play that way. So, he said we're learning, we're still learning the game, not trying to make excuses for the Sidekicks by any stretch of the imagination, but, man, you got 12 rookies on a 26-man roster, and most of your veteran players, Cameron Brown has missed time, of course. TJ Nelson has missed time, of course. So a lot of their veterans are also missing time. Rookies are getting long minutes, learning the game, learning how to win, learning how to maintain a lead, learning how to play from behind. These little simple things they've never done as professionals, trying to fight through all that. And, I feel like they're gaining in confidence. I think the Outlaws game was a little tough for them, Pete. That loss is tough. But in all fairness, I think the Outlaws, they've only won against the Sidekicks.
Right.
So, I think the Outlaws, they ratchet up they turn up the knob a little bit on the pressure when they play the Sidekicks. They're pretty happy to play them. But, the Sidekicks are doing some good things this season.
The Sidekicks have had a couple of duds against the Outlaws and then had that 14-1 loss at Monterey.
Yeah.
But have been competitive in some of their games. So we'll take a look at the first half highlights. This is probably the best opening of a game that the Sidekicks have had as they came out and scored the first 3 goals. Gamboa with distribution there, finding Arthur Evo, and then Lipe making this run down the left wing, putting it in front. Souza buries it, and right off the bat, the Sidekicks are up 2-0. This is a good look. D'Souza getting credit for the goal because he was closest to it.
Right. Maybe a little bit of a deflection there, Pete. I don't know.
I think it deflected off the star.
Yeah.
And then you can see Gamboa making a big-time save here. Waltman has Evo steer his way around and able to tuck that one into the lower corner, but then Ramos came to life and scored the first goal for the Tacoma Stars, and it would be only a few minutes later that Ramos would have his second goal for the Tacoma Stars.
Yeah, Ramos, a really impressive player. getting both his, let's see, his 11th and 12th goals. He now is ahead of Nick Pereira. He leads his team now. How about that?
I still think Pereira has 12, but we'll see if the league gets that cleared up or not.
But oh, that's right. You're right. You're
but
right.
Right now, you're 100% right. According to the official stats, Ramos has got the team lead with 12. Again, if you weren't with us earlier, we were talking about this. Pereira scored a goal assisted by Ramos last night, and the official stat sheet got it reversed. And I think they'll probably get that corrected, and Pereira will eventually get credited with another goal. But no, you're right. Right now, officially, it is Ramos with 12 and Pereira with 11.
And I think Ramos assisted on that one, did he not?
Yeah,
That's the one in question.
Yeah, I think
because
I got it reversed.
Well, we were joking about it because Ramos coming in had only had 1 assist,
right?
and he goes out and gets 3 assists last night. If as you said the scorers get it right on that other game, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, I try not to question those things.
I know. Yeah.
In this case, I'm almost positive I'm right.
All right, there you go.
98%.
I was going to say,
sure.
what's your percentage? 98%. That's pretty high.
98.7% sure.
For Pete Stein is 98%. I'll take that. I'll take that to the bank. That's usually a pretty good recollection. And you see.
The only reason I'm as positive, it wasn't a case of guys in front and the deflection. Ramos clearly sent the ball in. Pereira touched it in.
Yeah.
Pereira did not get the assist on that goal. So
okay.
I'm almost 100% sure of that.
That's all right.
We're making way too big.
I was
going to
say it throws all my numbers off. That's all I know.
I really didn't mean to make that big a deal out of it.
No, it's fine. All good, partner.
We're underway in the second half. And Tacoma is looking for the equalizer early here. Cox scored last night, bangs this one off the sideboards, and then it's bicycled out by Raul de la Gala.
Yeah, just undisciplined there. You can't do that. Maybe in outdoor you can do that. You can't do that in indoor, my friend.
Yeah, because this is going to be a restart at the top of the arc.
And Pereira makes a living off these types of situations. And now we've got 3 men in the wall. I hate this. They need to pull a guy out.
It's Ramos on the left wing side, off the inboards, back into the area. D'Souza is there, plays it ahead off the wall, chases it down himself as Caceres pursues.
And the reason I hate that, I got to say it, Pete, is because you leave men wide open on either side, and that is the Tacoma Stars bread and butter.
We saw Friday night, same situation. And the Sidekicks left Jamie Lovegrove unmarked.
That's
for
right.
A blast.
And he buried it. He's beautiful. He's perfect on those set pieces. But, yeah, I think you have 1 guy, 2 guys in the wall at most in those situations, especially against this Tacoma Stars team.
It still remains Dallas 3, Tacoma 2. We've played nearly a minute of the third quarter at the Allen Events Center. We've seen a lot of guys walk off the field today limping, but almost all of them have been able to return. Canale's got it in the corner here.
Rub some fake grass on the injury and get back in.
Rub some rubber pellets on it.
There you go.
We'll be fine.
I was going to say, you don't rub dirt on it.
Hansen moves in, takes a shot. Gamboa knocks it down.
Incredible save by Juan Gamboa, left-handed.
Mexon using the inboards to get it into the area. He had a man there, Canale, but the Sidekicks were able to get it cleared, and then the Stars send it out of play over the corner glass.
What a great save, though, by Juan Gamboa, because, man, number 2, he was streaking across. See if we can see the replay. There's Mexon off the wall. Oh, that's the deflection. So, but the nice job there by Juan Gamboa getting that save.
Quintana heads it out in front of Evo, and he just misses. It goes wide right. Here's Teos. Teos to the corner. Hansen there defensively. And the Stars are able to clear. They get it out of their own end. To halfway comes Jones. He'll circle back. We've had 15 fouls called in the game, and 11 of those have been called against Tacoma. Posting up here is Canale. Ramos will take over possession. Lay it back for McCluskey. McCluskey collides into Teos, who ends up on the floor. The official says play on as Caceres sends it in, and it's grabbed up by the keeper, Juan Gamboa.
Yeah, Canales just missed that pass. He was trying to get it and stop it and just didn't get a foot on it.
Ricardinho lets it go through. Unfortunately, Lipe was not there behind him.
Yeah,
the Stars have possession.
Lipe coming off the bench there. He was trying to hit him in stride, and Lipe just pulled up. If he would have kept his run, he would have been off to the races down the right side.
Little give and go here to Pereira. Pereira in the corner, double team. Sends it back out to Caceres, a one-touch pass to McCluskey. As we hit the 12-minute mark, the Sidekicks lead 3-2. Dallas has not scored since the first quarter. Ramos has both the goals for the Stars, and a shot here, saved by Gamboa.
Great job, Juan Gamboa.
Mujin gets taken down by Correa.
And Juan's been great here to start the second half. A couple of beautiful saves. And I'll tell you, you know who the Sidekicks had Lipe marking Pereira. And I was saying, this could be trouble.
That might be a mismatch.
Yeah, that's going to be not only just a height and size, but you got the rookie forward marking one of the best in the business.
D'Souza moves inside the Tacoma line. He's tightly marked, and McCluskey wins the ball.
Yeah.
Ricardinho has it at halfway for Dallas. A backheel pass from Lipe to D'Souza. Runs into McCluskey. He's on the seat of his pants, and he's drawn the whistle.
Yeah, D'Souza wants a card there, but he's not going to get it. Clearly, McCluskey, man, he's a banger, man. I'll tell you, he's back there just constantly hand-checking.
D'Souza scored the last goal for the Sidekicks at 3:09 of the first. An opportunity here off the restart. Ricardinho to the wing. A shot to the far post is wide off the left foot of Evo.
Oh, Artur Evo just missing a nifty little pass from Ricardinho, and Artur just couldn't quite get it. If he could have gone a little bit right with it, I think that's a goal.
Gamboa pushing it across his own line. Lifts it high and into the corner for Freddie Mujin. Mujin holds it, tries to play it back, turns it over. Off the wall, received by Correa. Correa sends it through the referee crease to Jones. Back to Correa. McCluskey, one of the guys that we saw limping off the field earlier, is able to trot back to the bench here and appears to be okay. Less than 11 minutes remaining in the third as Ramos receives the pass at the Dallas line, and he's marked by Hernandez, who we've not seen much of. I don't know if we saw him at all in the first half.
Yeah, he was in for just a minute, but certainly not big minutes for sure. And, you know, Simone Bozes loves to do this. He holds players back for the second half.
This is Pereira on the left side to Cox. Cox draws the attention of two defenders. Now Lovano picks up Pereira. Pereira around Lovano to Cox. Cox moves to the middle, hits one wide to Hansen, whose shot is blocked. Bismarck there with some good defense, and here comes Lipe on the run up the middle. Finds a man making a run up the left wing. It's D'Souza off the end glass through the area. It bounces to the corner. Lovano not able to get there for Dallas. The clearance to the line off Lipe, but deflected right back to Hansen. Here come the Stars out of their own end.
Yeah, Lipe frustrated there that he couldn't get on the other end of that ball. A nice job of the Tacoma Stars defense swarming back and getting back into position on that fast break.
Stars able to make changes. Aguayo marking Canale and gets called for the foul.
The thing is, he's got his one arm up. I'm not touching him, but the other left arm is wrapped around him, Ray. But, you know, it's a good try. Good try.
9:44 to play in the third. Dallas trying to hold on, leading 3-2. We've not had a goal since the 9:58 mark of the second. That's when Ramos scored his second goal of the game for the Stars, who are down by one. Canale trying to create an opportunity here in the corner.
Well, and Aguayo just going at it there.
Canale backing into the area. Backheel pass to Mexon. Deflected by one of the sidekick defenders out to Aguayo. Aguayo plays it into space. Quintana runs up on it. Gets to the Stars line. Shoots and scores! And Dallas has a 4-2 lead with 9:14 to play in the third.
Fantastic defense there by the Dallas Sidekicks. Gustavo Piedra with the block, the outlet all the way to Christian Quintana. And here you're seeing the very end of it. Quintana, beautiful job on the left side of Danny Waltman. Great score, man. Christian Quintana playing some of the best soccer we've seen him play in his career. He's doing it both offensively and defensively. Man, he's having a great season. That's his third goal of the season. Now he's got 4 points. He's now tied for third on the team with points. Man, Christian Quintana really showing up the last few games.
That's a great finish for Quintana. How many times do you see a guy have a breakaway like that, can't get it on frame? He buries that one.
And that's a defender. Yeah, he's becoming quite a two-way player.
Yeah, I was going to say, you and I have talked a little bit about this in other games, that Quintana really is becoming a solid two-way player for the Sidekicks, and a much-needed goal off the foot of Quintana, and maybe another opportunity developing here. But D'Souza gets his foot stepped on, and the breakaway is snuffed out by Tacoma.
Yeah, every shift D'Souza's out there, he's limping. I think he's just kind of trying to gut it out at this point in time. But you can clearly see that he's limping. And I think the rookie, and here's
Pereira at the top of the arc. Moving over to the right wing, playing it back. Correa traps it, sweeps it to Ramos. Ramos being marked by Hernandez. Pereira alone on the right wing. Bismarck there defensively, getting help from Mugin.
And it's like they can sense there's a rookie marking Pereira right now.
Ramos is marked by Hernandez. Ramos will pass and go to the bench. And it'll be Mexon back on for the Tacoma Stars, who trail by 2 with 8 minutes to play in the third. Pereira, defended by Bismarck, splits 2 defenders, gets it into the area, but weakly, and Gamboa is able to cover it up.
Wow, just the fact, though, that he was able to make that spin and get the ball even past the defense. What an incredible play by Pereira. And good job by Kleber Bismarck, the rookie with the Sidekicks. You know, I mean, man, that's rookie on 10-plus year veteran there. Man, what a play. Good job.
Sidekicks make changes as Teos comes back in. Lovano is into the game. It's Evo controlling, playing it back to Gamboa. Gamboa plays the long ball up the left side. Evo receives it off the side glass, holds it in the corner, marked by Hansen, through the face of the goal, over to Quintana, off the end glass. Quintana chases it down, but it's the Stars who control in their own end. They're able to clear it, but it is the Sidekicks who have possession as the clearance goes only as far as Lovano.
Great job there on the Sidekicks, shutting down the counterattack. Really nice job. Christian Quintana pushing up.
Oh, Gamboa nearly had a disastrous mishandle of the ball. But here come the Stars as Gamboa gets back into position. It's Jones in the corner to Correa.
A little heart stopper there. Juan Gamboa, so good with his feet. One of the best, frankly, in the league, in my opinion. Just took his eye off the ball for a second there. And
nearly had a not top 10 moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, and he, you know, that's the thing with this sport, Pete. Don't turn off the TV because anything can happen.
Just under 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. At the top of the arc, it's Canale in a crowd, getting it back to Ramos. Ramos veers to the right, marked by Aguayo, and Aguayo wins the ball. And the Sidekicks able to get it out of their own end. It's over to Lovano.
Great defensive work there by Aguayo on Ramos.
And then Arthur Evo able to carry it out of his own end, and then he goes to the bench as the Sidekicks make changes. This is Kleber Bismarck making his second appearance this season for the Sidekicks. Moldegala hops over the wall. He's onto the floor now as Waltman pins one against the glass. 5:20 to play in the third. Dallas with a 4-2 lead over Tacoma. At the top of the arc, it's Canale. Gamboa with the save. It's bouncing toward the goal, but Gamboa's back on his feet, grabbing it.
Wow. What a play by Juan Gamboa. The block, and then had the fortitude not only to get up, but find the ball. It was bouncing over his head.
Foul along the wall, opposite side of the benches.
Mr. McCluskey, or Hansen, excuse me.
Hansen picks up his first.
Yep. McCluskey and Hanson, they look similar down there. They're both big, strong.
Similar type players.
Not afraid to mix it up.
Gamboa looking for a target. He's had some great distribution here today, and this is another to Hernandez, who lobs it across the area to the corner. D'Souza wins it, but he's called for a foul.
Oh, man, D'Souza.
He pulled down Mexon.
Yeah, he pushed him down, but it's tough because he was turning. He had a wide-open shot there to take the shot, testing Danny Waltman. Couldn't quite get it down, though. It had to get the space pushing Mexon down.
Pereira is the target in the right corner, marked by Ray Aguayo. He side boots it to Hanson, who slices one through wide. Blocked by Quintana, denying Ramos. Pereira not able to get a back heel on it. Hanson has it. He'll send it back into neutral territory. Caceres chases it down near the Tacoma line. We approach the 4-minute mark of the third. The Sidekicks up by 2.
Man, Chase Hansen, the defender, he's been impressive in front of the goal. Had a couple of nice runs. He's being a pest down there at the Sidekicks defensive end.
Quintana giving Dallas a 2-goal lead with the only goal of the third period at 5:46. All the goals in this game have been even strength. Ramos on the ball right now for Tacoma to Pereira. Pereira gets a pass between two defenders, intercepted by Quintana, intended for Correa. Gamboa finds Ricardinho. Ramos battling the veteran. The team captain deep in his own corner looking for some support. Here comes Aguayo. And it's Lipe who comes away with it. He plays a wall pass to Muja. Nice back heel to Quintana, who's got time and space. And Ricardinho breaking up the left side. Ricardinho has it teed up, has a man on the back post. The back heel goes wide, and there's nobody at the top of the arc.
Oh, man, Ricardinho. I know he wanted to pass that off to Freddie Mugin, but just a little wide of him. Couldn't get the shot off. Had to turn and go with the back heel.
And maybe a little too unselfish. Maybe he should have taken the shot there.
I agree, Pete.
I mean, it's easy to say
I know.
from up here.
I know. I think if he shoots there, he probably has a better chance of making that goal. Great opportunity by the Sidekicks.
They're getting a lot of odd man rushes here this afternoon.
They are. I think they watched the video because that was the one thing when Tacoma's going up like they do.
Look out, Mexon's playing the ball off the end wall to Pereira. Pereira shoots wide. Then the header for McCluskey is sent over the goal and out of play.
Yeah, just to finish that thought, I think when they go up like they do with those three wingers like that, it leaves them a little bit susceptible on the back end. Defender for the Outlaws, Mitchell Cardenas, was telling me that. He said, when he was with the RGV Barracudas last season, when they played Tacoma, they were able to do that counterattack very effectively against them, Pete. So maybe this is something the Sidekicks can continue to exploit against the Tacoma Stars.
Don't forget, we've got more Dallas Sidekicks action coming your way Thursday night at the Allen Events Center here on MASL TV as they take on the Monterey Flash. We hope to see you here at the Allen Events Center kickoff Thursday night at 7:35. You can go to DallasSidekicks.com and get information on tickets. And I hope you've been following us this weekend. We've had some exciting action, and we've got a good one here this afternoon for sure. And Dallas has got a 2-goal lead over the Tacoma Stars.
Yeah, 2 goals and a couple of nice runs. The counterattack has been effective for the Dallas Sidekicks thus far. And, man, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with their counter. They've had good defense. They're watching the off man. And the guy for the Tacoma Stars that's been impressing me is Hanson coming up from defense. But what happens is when he comes up like that, he leaves the back end vulnerable. Not saying it was the reason, not blaming him for the goals, but you're seeing that opportunity for the counterattack, and I think the Sidekicks are exploiting it.
You can get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you're following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Pete Stein along with Matt Thornton at the Allen Events Center. The Dallas Sidekicks in search of their second win of the year, leading the Tacoma Stars 4-2. Tacoma trying to get back-to-back victories in the Metroplex after defeating the Mesquite Outlaws last night 8-5. D'Souza up the right side. Here's Johnson cutting him off. And they both go to the ground as Ramos takes over possession.
Yeah, the Tacoma Stars wanted a foul against D'Souza.
That's the Luna, pardon me. Sidekicks getting back on defense. Mexon making his way toward goal, but the ball never gets to him because Quintana has taken it away. The official says play on as Johnson picks himself up off the carpet.
I love that non-call there because that was completely not a call. It was not a call. Derek Johnson went down hard, grabbed his face, but Quintana clearly won that ball legally. I love when they don't call the dives. I noticed that. Sometimes they're getting them, sometimes they're not this season, but the referees are doing a good job of trying to see when there's actually a foul, so props to the referees there.
Christopher Pinso is our senior referee, Kyle Atkins the referee, Daniel Radford the assistant referee, and Kate Chapman is the fourth official. 1:18 left in the third. Dallas up by 2.
Kleber Bismarck just completely ran into Derek Johnson and fell down, and again, the referee not buying it. It was like he ran into a wall.
Hernandez to Quintana, back to Gamboa. Gamboa, he's had great success with these long balls today, and he finds Hernandez. Sidekicks have possession. Sidekicks hoping to go to the fourth quarter with at least a 2-goal lead. Piedra finds Quintana on the right side at halfway. Now a battle along the boards for possession. The Stars come away with it. That goes off the back of Ramos. And the Sidekicks are able to get it back.
Unfortunate there for Jones because, man, the Tacoma Stars had an odd man opportunity there if he could get that pass through.
Lipe got pushed down by Correa, no call. Lipe hops right back up. Jones has it, switches it to Correa. Marked by Lipe, and it's Lipe now. Up the left side, through the referee crease. Ramos pursues. It's played around the boards as the clock winds down. Waltman has to make a save along the near post, and we have come to near the end of the third when the whistle sounds. 2.2 seconds left in the period. And that'll do it. Time has run out in the third quarter. The Dallas Sidekicks leading the Tacoma Stars through 3 periods of play, 4-2. Christian Quintana with the only goal of the third quarter, an even strength strike at 5:46 of the third on a breakaway, a fantastic finish. Arthur Evo has scored twice for Dallas, and Felipe de Souza has also scored for the Sidekicks. Michael Ramos with both goals for Tacoma, both of those tallies coming in the second quarter. Tacoma continues to outshoot Dallas in this game, but man, this has been an efficient effort for the Sidekicks. They are converting on their opportunities. They've been outshot 15-4, but lead 4-2.
Wow, I mean, that's an incredible stat. I don't recall the last time I saw every shot was a goal. I mean, talk about efficiency indeed, Pete. And, you know, they did a nice job again of they kind of let off at the end of the second quarter there with their defense, but regathered themselves at the half. They're back to controlling, being precise and watching the off man, not allowing the off man to run free. And they've done a good job defensively.
And also kudos to the Sidekicks because they're staying out of the penalty box. In fact, we haven't had a card in this game.
Yeah,
they did have a 5-minute dissent call on Lipe in the first half, but they haven't gone down shorthanded.
Great point. I mean, and for a team that's almost 9 minutes, 8.9 penalty minutes per game, they have 5 penalty minutes right now, and they didn't go down a man because it was a yellow card dissent. But it's a big deal because, as you mentioned at the top, they're only 11% on the power play with a 56% power play kill. The Tacoma Stars are also 56% on the power play. So good job of not getting into the sin bin. I think the referees has done a nice job here tonight, too, making sure that if there's a dive, it's not called. I haven't really seen anything terribly egregious. You could argue, you know, the Pereira shot to the Arturo Evo face there might have been a card, but it wasn't, you know, he wasn't going after him, egregiously, if you will. But you know, it's they're staying out of the sin bin, so that's important.
A little bit of a developing trend for the Sidekicks. They lost to Mesquite 7-2. They came back, forced Monterey into overtime in a 4-3 loss They lost to Mesquite Friday 7-1. They come back with a much better effort here tonight against Tacoma.
Yeah, and that Mesquite loss was ugly. I mean, that thing was just ugly. At no point in time was the Sidekicks even looking like themselves. They didn't have any time of possession hardly. And so, it's an interesting point you're making.
Even when they lost those back-to-back games to Monterrey and Sonora down in Mexico, they came back home. They lost to Monterrey 10-6, but you might remember that game was tied 5-5 in the fourth quarter.
That's right. We had a little bit of hope. We thought, hey, wow, maybe they can pull this thing out. They're learning to win, learning to lose. That they're just it's a team with 12 rookies, and they're learning constantly.
Trying to finish this one off as we go to the fourth quarter. They lead the Tacoma Stars 4-2. Played really well on both ends in the third quarter.
Yeah, they did. Offensively and defensively, they were disciplined.
Now this is where Simone Bozes, who teaches possession, really wants to see his team execute. But at the same time, Matt, you don't want to get too conservative here, do you?
That's right. No, absolutely not, because Tacoma has proven they can come back with at any point in time and score. But don't hand the knife to your enemy, is what Simone Bozes always says.
Preaches that all the time. Right now, the Stars have possession, down by 2. We're in the opening minute of the fourth quarter at the Allen Events Center. Caceres in the center circle. Finds the target man, Pereira, played off the corner boards, off the end boards into the area, and Quintana's there to clear it. It gets only as far as Caceres. With his left foot, he fires and sends one just over the crossbar.
The Tacoma Stars wanted a handball there, and it might have gotten off of Aguayo, but
Mexon misses wide left here, and Dallas begins a counterattack. They've got D'Souza open all alone. D'Souza settles it, trying to get around Waltman. Can't do it. Waltman with a brilliant play, denying D'Souza an opportunity to increase the Dallas lead.
Boy, the veteran schooled the rookie there, man. He made himself big, came out, did not at all fall for any of D'Souza's moves, and collected the ball. Beautiful job by Danny Waltman.
The speedy Lipe finds D'Souza along the left wing boards, not able to trap it, and Waltman scoops it up. Puts it at the feet of Jones.
Waltman way wide here.
Waltman pushing it across halfway.
Here we go.
He goes in as a sixth attacker virtually. The goal's wide open if the Sidekicks can get down. Instead, they'll slow things down, and Waltman sprints back to the goal line and takes his position.
Man, I'm willing Ricardinho to take a shot there.
This is Lipe firing, and Waltman is there to make the save, deflects it to the corner. Hansen there in front of Lipe.
It's a great example, though, Ricardinho pulling the ball down and just holding possession, right? Because you think he would have got an earful if he would have shot that down there and given the ball over?
Not if he got
it in. Valid point.
But that's easier said than done.
Yeah. It's well over half. It would have been well over half the field that he would have had to kick it.
Sam Zissette is into the game for Tacoma. He's seen little action last night or today.
Yeah. He was good last night in his minutes, too.
Lovano plays it over to Evo, to Quintana. This is Raul de la Gala moving up the left boards. Gets to the Tacoma line, plays it back. Lovano over to Quintana. We haven't seen much of Segura here in the second half.
Yeah, that's a good point. He kind of limped off earlier. Great effort.
Has a shot blocked by Jones.
Great effort by Degala. Man, popped that ball up to himself, turned and got a shot off.
Sidekicks keep possession. We're down to 11.5 minutes remaining in the game. They're up 4-2, and Lipe's looking for more. He's got it! Lipe makes it 5-2 Dallas with 11:17 to play in the fourth.
Great job, Lipe, man. That's what he does. He's so impressive when he fronts up on the defender. He can run past anyone. He's got a great shot, and he used that right foot, Freddie Mugin was on the back porch there. I don't think Freddie got any of that ball. We're going to have to see in the replay, but I think that was all the right foot of Lipe de Andrade. And I think they're giving credit right now to Freddie Mugin, and an emotional moment for Freddie losing his dad as 66. Oh man, he's feeling the emotion there. And here's the replay. Lipe right foot over to Freddie Mugin. Yeah, and Freddie Mugin might. Yeah, that's a
good call.
I think it's a good call indeed. Great job, Freddie Mugin. You got to be so happy for him. He was so emotional in the pregame. And anytime you lose a parent, it's a hard thing. Losing anyone is hard, but to be out here gutting it out.
That's the second assist of the game for Lipe. And another goal for Freddie Mugin.
Yeah, Freddie Mugin doing a great job. He was my man to watch. I knew he was going to play inspired today, and he has.
Sidekicks not able to get it out of their own end. Ramos on the left flank. And there's a foul, and it's going to be a free kick. There's a blue card. It's our first card of the game.
Interesting. Blue card there. Caceres was down. Okay, wow.
Is it De La Gala who's gone to the penalty box?
I was going to say, they're lining up like it's Tacoma's ball.
It is 2 minutes for De La Gala.
Yeah.
Just moments after Freddie Mugin had given Dallas a 3-goal lead, the Stars are now on the power play. Gamboa closes the door on the near post, and Cox gets it back to Ramos. Ramos plays it over to the right wing side, and then Caceres switches it to Pereira. Pereira fronted by Quintana. Stands on the ball. Ramos makes a run behind him, but it's over to Caceres. Back to Pereira. Ramos trying to get it teed up and nearly turned it over to Ray Aguayo. Aguayo's got it pinned up against the boards. The battle ensues there. 1:24 left on the power play here for Tacoma, and Quintana is able to poke that one clear beyond halfway.
Great defensive work by Ray Aguayo on the boards there. Christian Quintana finishing it off, getting it out.
Stars on the power play right after Freddie Mugin scored his 8th goal of the season. Gamboa makes yet another save.
Nice kick save from Juan Gamboa.
Pereira side boots it to the wing, and the shot from Caceres goes wide left. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Less than a minute left on the power play. Pereira to Ramos off the end glass. Caceres in the corner bats it back to Pereira, who's marked by Quintana. The pass goes to Ramos. Ramos switches to his left foot, fires. To the corner it goes for Caceres. Back to Pereira. Pereira to Ramos. Ramos tees it up. Gamboa goes down to the ground to make the save.
Great job, Juan Gamboa, getting low there. So good at anticipating the shot.
24 seconds on the power play as Pereira shoots with the left foot. Knocked away by Gamboa, reaching out with the left hand. Pereira gets it back and settles it with 15 on the power play. Pereira, tightly marked, sends it across the face of goal to the left wing boards. Ramos is there. 6 seconds on the power play. This is a team that's converted 5 of 9 power play opportunities this season. And just as the power play expires, the Stars have scored to make it 5-3.
Yeah, it's a great power play goal again for Alex Megson. Wide open on that far post. Boy, has he proven that he loves that far post or what?
That's where goal scorers hang out.
And the Dallas Sidekicks left him wide open in the power play. You can't do that with that guy. He put a highlight reel goal up last night, and that one wasn't quite as pretty as that one, as we'll see the replay here.
It is strategically a power play goal, but technically De La Gala had just gotten back on the carpet, so it'll go down as an even strength goal.
Yeah, Pereira, beautiful job splitting the defense on that pass. He's so good at just distribution, man. The guy just gets assist after assist and can kill you either with a score or with an assist.
Evo with a header. Megson will send it back to Waltman. Waltman able to handle it as the pass came off the head of Megson. It's a 2-goal lead right now for Dallas, up 5-3. Look out, Megson trying to narrow the deficit, but it's blocked by Gamboa. Out to Caceres, who finds Hansen. Sent into the area. 2 men go down. A whistle sounds and a free kick coming up for Tacoma.
Yeah, Juan Gamboa is furious right now, and he's, I think, rightfully so, because Bismarck and Caceres were both just banging on each other. I mean, you could have easily called that either way. Ends up going the Tacoma Stars' way. I don't actually agree with the call at all, because this is a great opportunity for Tacoma.
It'll come from the top of the arc. It'll be Pereira as the trigger man. Caceres on the right wing, Ramos on the left wing. McCluskey's over in the left corner.
I think the referees are checking. I'm wondering if they thought it was a card. Referees now over to the scorer's box, checking with something.
All right, fans, let's hear ya. Defense.
5-on-5. The Caceres shot gets deflected straight up in the air, headed by McCluskey. This is Lovano, who nearly got tripped up. That's Teos,
Great walk
pardon
by
me.
Teos, yeah. Teos on the wall there, drawing the foul. He's so small in stature, Pete. It's hard to see him. Even his number is small, but he's such a gritty player. And Simone Bozes loves him. He says he's just a hard worker.
Lovano was the target for Gamboa, but stepping in there is Ramos for Tacoma, and it's sent over the boards between the benches. Lovano with the restart. But before play resumes, we'll have a timeout. 7:52 to play. 5-3, the Sidekicks lead.
The Dallas Sidekicks would like to thank Mitre USA for providing today's match balls. Mitre, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Mitre is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. The MASL and Mitre share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Mitre's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for MASL League play. Mitre's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces, features a more accurate flight than the average ball, and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. Thank you, Mitre.
Back at Allen Events Center. We're about halfway through this fourth period. And the Sidekicks with a 5-3 lead after erupting with a 3-goal first period. Arthur Evo broke the seal with a goal at 1:58 of the first. D'Souza made it 2-0 just about 2 minutes later, and then at 11:22, Evo would strike again unassisted. By the way, Gamboa assisted on that first goal, and that was beautiful distribution by Gamboa. Ramos would score twice in the second for Tacoma. Quintana and Mujin scoring here in the second half for Dallas. Alex Megson just scored as a power play expired at 6:12 of the fourth, bringing us to the 5-3 score we have with 7:52 remaining. Tacoma out shooting Dallas 18-8. Each team has 3 shots on goal here in the fourth quarter. Sidekicks have possession.
I know Freddie Mujin wants another.
If the Sidekicks hold on and win this one, we may see these black kits a little more often.
Yeah. Good point. I thought they should have broken out the Star Wars kits again.
Yeah, that's a good point. They win this one, they still haven't won in the green.
Right?
They would have won in the Star Wars kit and now the black.
I mean, if they win this one, let's go black for the rest of the season.
Here's Pereira from the spot at the Dallas line, right into the 3-man wall, and it deflects all the way back to halfway. It'll be chased down by Cox.
And the wall effective for the first time against Pereira, I think, in the last 2 games that I've seen.
He tried to power that one through the 3-man wall.
Making me look bad there. I was just getting onto him for having 3 guys in the wall, and then it blocks that shot.
Updating the shots, it's now 21-8 in favor of the Stars. They have 6 shots in the fourth to 3 for the Sidekicks.
Man, Tacoma puts a lot of balls on net.
We've had 24 fouls in the game, 15 called against Tacoma. Dallas looking for an opportunity here to go back up by 3. Wow,
man.
There's no foul there called on DeLuna.
I don't know how
Sure
that
looked like boarding, and D'Souza paid the price.
Did indeed.
Here's Bismarck winning the ball, and more physical play, and a whistle stops action.
That's got to be a card.
And
That's clearly got to be a card. It's not. But to me, that there was zero intent of getting the ball when he went into.
is making the case as best he can, but no card forthcoming.
Yeah. I mean, the referees, that's one that to me is clearly jumping into the player. There was no intent whatsoever to get the ball.
D'Souza receives this pass as he's marked by McCluskey. He'll get it back to Gamboa and then go to the bench as Piedra re-enters the game. Gamboa finds an open Piedra. Piedra finds a man open right of the area, but Evo's not able to get around McCluskey, who steals it away.
Yeah, it's a nice ball from Piedra. Archer Evo the ball just got underneath him a little bit.
We're approaching the 6-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. We've already seen Waltman make one long run into Dallas territory, and he's across halfway here.
He's gutsy with those, I'll tell you.
Jones plays it off the left wing wall. Trapped there by Canali. Nice pass off the end boards, and it's Hanson who scores for Tacoma. We've got a one-goal game with 5:49 to play. Tacoma trailing Dallas 5-4.
What a great play by Canali. My goodness. He's got a man directly on his back. You see here, spins off the wall. Beautiful Hanson back of net. What an incredible play by the Tacoma Stars and Canali. Ah, man, and see, that free man running, I'll tell you, Christian Quintana paid for that one.
Yeah, I lost his footing a little bit there.
He did. Yeah, he did. Man, impressive play by the Tacoma Stars.
That's great indoor soccer on display. And Tacoma now down only one. Twice they've trailed by 3 goals in this game.
And the Sidekicks really need to keep their composure. You're still up by a goal.
Ramos wins it at halfway. Now he and Mexon are battling for it. They get it to Jones.
Yeah, they're lucky to keep the ball there. Mexon and Ramos ran into each other.
This is Caceres. Aerial into the corner. Chested down by Pereira. Pereira switches it to the left side. Tacoma looking for the equalizer, trailing 5-4 with less than 5 minutes to play, and 2 players get tangled up in the referee crease. Caceres goes down along with D'Souza, and it's D'Souza who gets called for the foul.
Whatever.
I think it's Segura back again on defense. Yeah, he's back in the game, Pete.
And he's marking Pereira here in the corner.
Good
and
job.
the ball's pried loose by D'Souza. D'Souza moves up the left wing side. He's got far more speed than Hanson. And he puts a shot in on goal, and Waltman has it covered up and quickly distributes, rolling it up the middle to Caceres, who sends a long ball to Pereira, and it gets headed to Gamboa by Segura.
Great individual effort by D'Souza there along that wall twice, making beautiful passes to himself off the wall, turning on the Jets, just unable to finish. But, man, what a nice effort by the rookie forward.
Tacoma has scored the last 2 goals. They've had 2 runs of 2 goals. Dallas has had a run of 3 goals and a 2-goal run. Leading by 1, Arthur Evo has control in the center circle for the Sidekicks. With 3:45 to play, Evo reaches the Tacoma line, marked by Hanson. And then fires it back to Gamboa. Dallas hoping to hold on here and get their 2nd win of the season.
Yeah, and you can see the Sidekicks right now are very happy to maintain possession.
Gamboa goes with the long ball here, launches it into the left corner. Hanson from behind heads it away from Evo, and Waltman pins it up against the inboards and has control.
Yeah, nice play by Waltman, actually.
And Waltman's going to call timeout with 3:14 to play in the 4th quarter. Tacoma trailing 5-4, and Tacoma may be on the verge of going to a 6th attacker.
Yeah, and Waltman there, some people, some of the fans in the stadium, they're kind of upset about the fact that Waltman had his feet outside of the box. The thing is, folks, it's got to be where the ball is. The ball was inside the box, so Waltman, any part of Waltman's body can be outside of the box as long as the ball stays in. So that's a little nuance, slight nuance in the game of indoor soccer, but a nice play there by Danny Waltman pinning that ball.
Sidekicks have 4 block shots in this game. The Stars with 1. The Stars out shooting the Sidekicks 23-9. Tacoma with 2 fourth-quarter goals, the Sidekicks with 1, and Dallas holding on to a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Sidekicks really got to buckle down here, be disciplined and precise with marking your man. Don't leave the man wide open on the back porch, a la Alex Mixon's goal. They've got to really stick with their players, mark them tight, and they can get out of here with a win.
It'll be Ricardinho, Piedra, Aguayo, Evo, and Quintana.
Yeah, probably I'd say 5 of the best defenders on the squad right now, you could argue.
They're out for the Sidekicks. Mexon, McCluskey, Cox, and Pereira out for the Stars, who do bring in the 6th attacker.
Yeah, it looks like Mike Ramos.
So Ramos wearing the blue bib as the 6th attacker as Tacoma looks for the equalizer, approaching the 3-minute mark. Pereira to Ramos.
I like it.
Right up the middle to the top of the arc. Sent back to Ramos to the right corner. Now Caceres has it. Marked by Quintana. Ramos looking for an open man. Finds McCluskey at the top of the arc. 1-touch pass to the wing for Pereira. Right back to Ramos. He sends one through the middle of the area. McCluskey looking for a volley. Can't get contact. Evo's able to clear it.
Great job by the Sidekicks defense closing down that open space in the middle.
McCluskey not able to trap it, and Ricardinho sends it beyond halfway. Ramos gives chase with 2:20 to play. It's like mud going through the hourglass right now if you're a Sidekicks fan.
Come on, clock. Move faster.
Winding down to 2:10 as Ramos gets to the Dallas line, finds McCluskey, who fires wide right. Ricardinho plays it off the wall, gets it only as far as Caceres. To the corner for Cox, back to Caceres. Caceres switches it to Pereira. Pereira settles it, finds Ramos. One-timer, cleared out, but only as far as Pereira. Back to Ramos, the 6th attacker. 1:40 remaining. Pereira plays it to the top of the arc from McCluskey to the corner, across the face of goal. It comes to Caceres. Mexon sent that through the area. McCluskey back to Mexon. Gamboa with a save, and it's cleared by Quintana. Knocked down by Ramos in Dallas territory. Mexon has it along the left wing boards, back to Pereira. Ramos has it teed up on frame, blocked by Aguayo. Gamboa clears. It's headed toward goal, veering wide right as Ramos chases it down and has it outside the area. Builds the attack with 54 seconds to play. 6th attacker on, that's Ramos in the blue bib. Cuts it to the left side. That's Pereira. Moving to the top of the arc, taking a shot that goes over the crossbar. Sliding tackle by Quintana to send the ball to halfway where Ramos gathers it. McCluskey plays it to the right wing for Caceres. Finds Mexon off his chest for McCluskey. Piedra heads it off the glass. Battle along the boards with 23 seconds to play. The ball pinned up against the boards, and the officials will stop play. We'll have a drop with 20.4 seconds remaining. Ricardinho and McCluskey there. Ball's got to hit the ground. Ricardinho does a good job shielding off McCluskey. Caceres takes a shot that's blocked by Quintana. Ramos goes over Quintana. The Sidekicks have a chance to ice it. Arthur Evo will end it with 4.3 seconds remaining. Dallas leads Tacoma 6-4. How about that? The Dallas Sidekicks lose to their crosstown rival, the Mesquite Outlaws, Friday night 7-1. But man, do they rebound by defeating the Tacoma Stars here this afternoon at the Allen Event Center 6-4 after Tacoma had just beaten Mesquite 8-5 last night. It's the unpredictable and always exciting MASL. Arthur Evo gave himself a tap in and did a good job running as much of the clock as he could. A 2-goal lead with less than 4 seconds to play. Pereira shot blocked by Quintana from halfway, and that'll do it. The Sidekicks find the win column for the second time this season. They've beaten Tacoma 6-4. The Stars are now 2-7 with a 2-3 record here at home. The Stars fall to 3-6. They're now 2-5 on the road. They are 3-4 in divisional play after tonight's loss to the Sidekicks. Looks like there's some post-game words being exchanged between the two sides. Hopefully cooler heads prevail. Looks like that will be the case here. But I'll tell you what, Tacoma's come to the Metroplex and they've played two really entertaining games this weekend, prevailing last night in Mesquite, winning that game 8-5, and then having to make that quick turnaround and come to Allen less than 24 hours later, and they find the going tough as they fall behind early, 3-0. The Sidekicks getting exactly what they needed with an early lead today. And it was Arthur Evo who opened the scoring even strength at 1:58. And then at 3:09, D'Souza scored, assisted by Lipe. Evo would score again at 11:22. Michael Ramos scored twice for the Stars in the second period, both goals unassisted, one at 9:43 and then the other just 15 seconds later. Meanwhile, Christian Quintana gave Dallas a 4-2 lead with an even strength goal at 5:46 of the third. And then Freddie Mugen scored the goal of the game. Mugen, assisted by Lipe, at 3:42 of the fourth quarter. The Sidekicks once again taking a 3-goal lead as Mugen hanging out on the back post. Lipe with this great run up the left side. And then Mugen is there to tap it in. Lipe gets his second assist. Mugen gets the goal. Mugen emotional. Just a couple of days ago lost his father who passed away unexpectedly. Mugen plays today and gets the goal. Alex Mexon and Chase Hansen would score for Tacoma in the fourth quarter to make it a 1-goal game before Arthur Evo would score into an empty net to complete a hat trick today. Meanwhile, Juan Gamboa was also a busy man this afternoon. Gamboa having to make some great saves throughout the contest, but this is the save of the day as Gamboa denies Hansen. Hansen getting a beautiful feed there, had a shot, and Gamboa able to knock it away and keep the Wave from getting on the board. So Juan Gamboa with our save of the game. And the Dallas Sidekicks hold on, and Gamboa deserves a lot of credit. That was one of his 17 saves today as he stopped 81% of the shots he faced here this afternoon. And the Sidekicks, who have only been scoring a little more than 3 goals per game, get 6 goals here this afternoon and hold the Stars to 4. And the Sidekicks coming away with a 2-goal victory in an all-out team effort, and an effort that I think Simone Bose is going to be very happy with because they played his style of game today. and particularly in the first half and there in the fourth quarter, they had the possession. There was a time, I think in the second quarter it was, where Tacoma seemed to dominate the possession, but I think for the most part, Dallas had the advantage in possession today, and they capitalized on their opportunities in a big way this afternoon, as they only had 10 shots. So they score 6 goals on 10 shots, 5 of those shots coming in the fourth quarter when they were outshot by Tacoma 13-5. Tacoma getting off 28 shots. Arthur Evo is the first star today with 3 goals. Juan Gamboa is the second star with those 17 saves, and Michael Ramos is the third star as he scores 2 goals today, both unassisted, to keep Tacoma in the game. Let's go down to Matt.
Your man of the match tonight, Arthur Evo. Congratulations, Arthur. Hat trick tonight. Emotional night. Talk about your win.
It was a great win coming from, not such a great week for us, building on this last push of the holiday season. But we played really well. We played hard. I mean, Tacoma is a good team full of veterans. Obviously, they played, last night, but still, they showed a lot of power and a lot of fight.
Well, you had a great game, and another guy had a great game. Freddie Mugin, tough week for him. Talk about his play tonight.
Freddie's, is a veteran, so the stuff that happens off the field, he's not going to let him bother him. But it was very emotional for us, before the game in the locker room, talking to him. Obviously, before the game started, having the moment of silence, and when he scored, you could see it in his face how much it meant to him.
An inspired win. Congratulations, Arthur Evo. Dallas Sidekicks man of the match. Congratulations. Back to you, Pete.
Arthur Evo getting 3 goals today, including the empty netter that sealed the game. And he scored the very first goal of the game today as well. That goal coming at 1:58 of the first period. He would also score at 11:22 of the first as Dallas raced out to a 3-0 lead. And that was huge, as the Sidekicks needed to get out to a lead today against the Tacoma Stars, who themselves took advantage of an early lead last night in Mesquite, propelling them to an 8-5 victory, and came in here brimming with confidence a little bit.
Could you hold this camera? I'm going to
But
interview myself.
nonetheless, they end up falling to the Dallas Sidekicks today, 6-4 here at the Allen Event Center, in what was really a highly entertaining MASL game. And we appreciate Arthur Evo joining us here in the post-game show. So the Sidekicks get the victory. They're now 2-7. Tacoma takes the loss. They fall to 3-6. The final score, the Dallas Sidekicks 6, the Tacoma Stars 4. Tune in Thursday for more Dallas Sidekicks action on MASL TV as the Monterey Flash, undefeated going into their game today, take on your Dallas Sidekicks. Kickoff at 7:35. For Matt Thornton, I'm Pete Stein. So long from the Allen Event Center.